Hi. Okay, what are the highest spiritual benefits of semen retention? It balances our energies, all of our energies, physical, the bodily energy, physical body energy, mental body energy, emotional energy. It just balances everything. Okay, so how does that relate to spirituality, or what's the real benefit of that? First, I have to know, I have to be clear about what my primary purpose is, uh, playing the role of this human being and being on this planet. Now, if I think that I'm really this human being, then I'm going to use this benefit that I get from semen retention to be successful out in the world, to make a bunch of money, uh, to impress people maybe with my sharpness, my mental quickness, and wittiness, attract a nice girl, who's more balanced also, because like attracts like. If I'm imbalanced, I'm going to attract imbalanced people, and if I'm balanced, I'm going to attract balanced people, right? So there's more like personal human benefits of doing this, and then there's higher level spiritual benefits of doing this. So it depends where you're at, what you really value, you know. And that's the thing. See, the more I make these videos, the more I need to be clear. Something inside wants to be more clear about why I'm making these videos. And the reason I'm making these videos is definitely more for those, you can say, who are more devoted to primarily to the spiritual path. And what does that mean? That means waking up to who we really are in essence, beyond this human construct. You see, this is my, if you want to use SEO language, this is my target audience. Because this is when I get satisfaction, when I talk and make videos. I get some motivation when I'm talking about this, because I've seen through already the the worldly success, and the human being that's trying to better himself and trying to do good, and he wants to manifest, and all this, and it's fine because I did it too. But what happened was I saw the at some point the dissatisfaction of that. When I say dissatisfaction, I mean on a larger scale. It's not a permanent satisfaction. It's an up and down. I'm satisfied and then I'm dissatisfied. It's like if my goal was to get 100,000 views on my video, right? Then I would, if that happened, I would be, oh wow, I accomplished my goal. This feels good. If it didn't happen, then I mean, like, oh man, other people are doing it. I'm not doing it. You see, that's duality, right? So then you accomplish your goal, then you feel good. If you don't accomplish your goal, you don't feel good. And let's say, you see, I'll take it a step further. Even if I accomplished, if I had that goal, that would get boring too after a while. And there would be a dualistic negative side to that. Maybe people would be bombarding me with questions all the time. As it is now, I can't even get hardly anybody to leave any questions on the comment section. I get questions various other ways through email, and some people are just more comfortable sending me private questions. But if I had 100,000 views, I could be getting, who knows, questions everywhere, and it would be too much. And then something would say, well, geez, I can't help everybody. What am I going to do? And so anyway, there's a dualistic side to everything. Mm. Some people think, oh, if I make $1 million, that I would feel really good, and you would for a little bit. But then you'd see with that comes a whole new set of challenges that we may not be aware of if we don't have $1 million. So at some point, at some life, in this one life, for most people, well, number one, they're not even going to be able to fulfill all their desires. So let's say they did, though. And there's a few people that do. And And some of them, like movie stars and such, they get everything, or musicians, and some of them turn to drugs and kill themselves. Why? Because they reached all their goals and they found they're still miserable. And it's even a deeper misery because the mind was tricking us the whole time, saying, oh, if we reach this point, if we get this certain amount of praise and collective approval, and we're in the public eye, and we have plenty of money, and we can go anywhere, man, you're going to be happy. Get girls if you're a guy. And then we get that, and we're like, whoa, this didn't do anything. This actually made me worse. And some people can't handle that and they take their life. Other people, that's the catalyst to really drive them into the spiritual direction. So I'm more talking to that group. And so what are the spiritual benefits of semen retention when we're talking on this level? What it does, man, it's just such a big deal. I never knew. I just wish I had done this since the get-go. Meaning like, I wish I'd never masturbated even once and lost my energy. I mean, imagine, I'm not so morbidly looking at it in that way. I mean, it's fine. It's destiny. I wanted to taste all this and experience what it was. And it actually saved me a lot of times from just heavy emotional upheaval and feeling bad, and it served as a good escape for a certain period of time. But then it turned on me, and I started losing my health, and it just affects you. This sexual energy affects us on so many levels in so many ways. Like I said, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. So when I start preserving it and not losing it, especially when I'm not losing it on a mental level either. That means I'm clean mentally also. I'm not using this new found charisma and charm that automatically comes, and magnetism, when I start preserving my energy. I'm not using that as a bait for a woman to get them to look at me and say, oh, whoa, he's a nice guy. Well, see, I'm not getting, when we're not doing that, when we're not using it to get any hits of validation or anything, then we're clean mentally and physically. Then you're going to really come into some energy, And so it's a balancing energy. That means, there's all kinds of physical benefits. Like I know it strengthens my immune system. It's really good for if you have any bone or joint problems. It's like the semen is it's like lubricating, and when that stays in my body and it's being sublimated and it's being channeled and transmuted in a proper way, it just starts to heal everything, And so if you have bone and joint problems or any kind of arthritis, for sure it's going to help. I don't propose anything to be a cure because, well, number one, it's just too complicated, especially if you have chronic problems. It doesn't mean all those are going to go away. And also, a lot of times, these chronic pains and illnesses are real blessings. We may not see that in the moment, but they are. And later we come to realize that. It's like these things can be used as like a Zen stick to keep us in line, to keep us doing those things that are righteous and such as not losing the semen. Like we become motivated to live our life in a more balanced, non-stressful, productive way, because when we don't, it creates stress, and then whatever weaknesses or karmic issues we have, it exacerbates those, you see. So everything's good on a certain level. That's my point. So physically, it helps on so many levels, That alone, if you only do semen retention, but yet you're living you're the rest of your life is nonsensical. If you're wasting time at a bar and talking nonsense and drinking all night and partying and not sleeping good and not exercising and you're eating pizza all day and night, then it's not going to have so much benefit. You need a full spectrum package, which is the purpose of this channel. I'm sharing on certain like full spectrum package principles that hit everything, and then in return it gives you a nice semblance of balance and balances your energies in all your bodies. Back to the point. So physically you get balanced. You're not distracted by so many pains and symptoms that you may have had otherwise. Mentally, the restlessness in the mind calms down. There's more of an equilibrium. You don't get so, you're not so reactive when somebody does something, or you're in a situation that that appears to be negative because it challenges your goals and what you're wanting to accomplish, and now this situation is seeming to it's challenging you, and so then the mind says, oh God, what am I going to do? I can't. You don't do that. There's a groundedness, there's a feeling of it's all good, it's cool. You can't fake that. That comes from within. It's an inner power that arises when we're living our life in a productive, sane, sound way. Emotionally, we're not so bipolar. If somebody pays us a compliment or does, we're not so like, oh wow, thank you. Inside we don't usually say that. We want to keep that secret, even though most people are doing it. We're not so affected by the compliment, meaning it doesn't affect our self-esteem on some levels, on such a high level, like, wow, I am somebody, likes me. We're just cool. Everything's cool. We appreciate the compliment. I enjoy authentic compliments, and when I see somebody that appreciates something they see in me on a deeper level, I'm not so interested if somebody is more focused on just a physical human level, like coming from some kind of, like if they're only focused, if for some reason they think I'm physically attractive and they're just really focused on that, it's boring. I can appreciate if that's in there too somewhere, but there has to be a deeper attraction to me than just a superficial level in order for me to really appreciate it. But my point is, even that isn't going to get me so riled up or excited, because I'm already grounded. It's like I'm already getting approval from something higher than a human level. You can say from the source itself. It's letting me know, yeah, you're in balance. You're doing the right things. That approval, that confirmation is much more important than human confirmation. Just give me a second. Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out, sometimes when somebody leaves a message when I'm talking, it messes my video up and I have to start over. But this looks like it's continuing to record, and I'm already at 13 minutes. Things is, there's so much to talk about on these subjects. So it's like the same thing on a negative level. I gave a positive. I just told you how I'm not affected by positivity so much because I'm already grounded in a deeper stability. So I'm not attached to these compliments, and I'm not looking for approval. I'm approved. You see, already I'm good, but I still appreciate them. Same with the negative side. If somebody says, "Oh, you're full of shit," everything you're saying, it's nonsense, or you whatever. Or if some old girlfriend from the past was to find me and start writing bad comments, and, oh, you don't know this guy, he's a fake, or it doesn't get me so bad. Would I feel some, like, well, yeah, of course, because I have an emotional body. You don't become a robot. You can still feel pain, and when someone's words are very hurtful and hateful, you can still feel that, but it doesn't ruin my day or year or lifetime. Because why? Because due to the balancing of energies and preserving the vital force, aka semen, you have a higher perspective on how you see things, you see? And I can understand that level of consciousness and what's going on in their psyche for them to do certain hurtful things. I was walking down the street a few months ago, and I didn't have my shirt on, and there's somebody who was having a bad day, and he made a comment like, "Hey, asshole, put your shirt on," or something. He said it in Spanish. Didn't think I understood, but I understood. When I'm grounded in this higher sane energy, when I'm balanced mentally and emotionally and physically, something automatically perceives things in a higher way. Something, instead of saying, "Who you talking to, man? Like, you want some of this?" Instead of that, something says, "Whoa, he must be having a hard time. He's having a bad day. He's projecting that onto me. Like, he's hurting right now." You see, that's automatic. That's not a technique. That's not, we don't have time. In the moment, if somebody challenges you, usually if you're off balance, these emotions are going to take over, ego's going to take over, and then we're going to throw down. And then all kinds of negative things can happen. You end up in jail. I can get hurt. He can get hurt. You see, it's insane. If I'm already grounded in this higher awareness, then that reaction is going to follow. You see, so this is what's important. These are the spiritual benefits of preserving the semen. And then just to end this, the last thing I want to say is, when these energies are balanced, okay, then there's automatic awareness of a certain inner, you can say, peace, serenity. See, this is who I am. This is who we all are. And this state of consciousness exists in everybody. It's just most of us aren't aware of it because the energies aren't balanced. The mind's making too much noise. The emotions are too turbulent. The physical body has all its sensations and distractedness and pains and symptoms. So we're not really quiet enough, balanced enough to feel this deeper peace. This deeper peace is, for me, I put at the highest goal, if you want to say goal. This is the highest realization that one can have as a human being. This is beyond the human level. This deeper, you can say, consciousness or space where there's peace, this is going to survive when the body dies. So why not find that out now? Okay. Now, I'm going to get deeper into that. I'm going to make some videos about, how to practice self-inquiry. And also, it's not about doing your standard meditation where you sit here and you got to sit here for hours and make yourself do it, Don't think about anything. That's fine if you're called to do that. But there's also, you can just check in. Once you're aware of this feeling that I just described, you check into that as often as you can. Now, I'm not saying we can't have goals and ambitions and enjoy. Superficially, I'm enjoying making these videos. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, what's going to happen? Am I going to get maybe one day thousands of views? Or I don't know, but I'm not attached to it either. I'm not hoping for that. I'm not. My life, my well-being isn't contingent upon that. I just enjoy making them. So the thing is. But we got to taste this for a while, these very strong, ambitious energy to achieve and to manifest and to all that. And then if we're able to see through that at some point and realize, like, this really isn't this isn't going to give me ultimate satisfaction, because there's always going to be duality, meaning there's going to be like this. I feel good, and no, I don't feel good. Oh, no, I feel good again. And then something gets tired of that. Okay. And so then you want to realize this deeper reality inside yourself. And the semen retention helps to balance these energies and also give you a certain amount of clarity and wisdom in your mind to where you can contemplate on these things I just said and realize this for your own self. That, yeah, maybe there is something higher than just this human, self wanting to achieve and get this and get that. This is my goal. This is my purpose for making videos. And yeah, let's see what happens, All right, I'll talk to you soon.